But maybe, I mean, as a technician, I want to believe his plan was fixed and nothing we could do. But in my mind, if there was some adjustment where when I was in our strategic, that would have been something for us to count on. The expected win, and then we didn't get a win. So yeah, the reaction is normal. I mean, it's normal.
It's better for us to get in the group stage than for us to see good football and lose. You know, these are young kids. We need to give them chance. With confidence, they're going to play good football. This is the coach's second game. We were lucky we won in Morocco. Today we had a draw home. So it's just two games. For me, if you ask me as a former footballer and as a footballer, I would tell you that the result was good today because we progressed to the group stage. Our next game with confidence, the team going to play well. Like, I understand that Brent people want to see good football. Good football and lose game. It's better you get bad football and qualify than for you to play good football and lose game. So with confidence, the team going to play good. I think the tactic is good. He applied his tactic in Morocco. It worked for him. Today it didn't work, but at least we got a draw. So they're going to regroup, and then we're in the group stage. For me, I prefer to be in the group stage and to play good football and lose, not be in the group stage and people criticize players. It is true that giving local players opportunity to play on the national team is a good thing. But don't get me wrong, the national league is very slow. If the national league is slow, the intensity of the team will be very slow. So he will need one or two, three professional players to join it because you cannot dwell on the local based player because it's different. To applaud them. The only positive thing that I took from the two matches, we're in the group stage. That was the key point for Liberia. We're in the group stage. I think the last time Liberia played the same match, preliminary matches, was against Chad also, right? We lost that. It was this. Now the team is in the group stage. The coaches just need to regroup and see how best they can blend our local player with some professional player because you cannot leave the national team with a local based team. I'm not very respecting our league, but it's very slow. And professional football, the intensity is high. So you will see that all the players that are number one in our league, they will always be exposed. Not they respect our league, but that's it.
You know, Namibia is very, very good.
Better for to get in the
very, very good team, much better than us. But we tried, you know, to have our game plan. We executed in a way. We adapted at halftime. Yeah, obviously that has an effect, and also because we were not able, you know, to train properly in the last few days, it took them a bit of a while. But also we tried to tactically make a small change without changing the players, and that actually I think helped us as well. Well, to be honest, I hate VAR. I can't stand VAR because basically VAR is in a way for more or less mistakes from the referees. If the referee are doing their job, you don't need a VAR, and basically in a way it's not fair because many people like here, you can have it, it's a huge technology and it's only for elite. So I think, you know, yes, they probably, in our opinion, maybe, you know, two penalties could go, maybe in our opinion, one penalty could go, but that's part and parcel of the match. And in the end of the day, you can't complain. They're human beings and, you know, they try to do their job. Well, to be honest, I think World Cup is out of question for us. We tried, you know, our best because obviously in any competition, every time I said from the beginning, it doesn't matter if we, you know, had 36 hours of flight, we still come here to win. We want to win every single match. And as you said, you know, even last minute, we tried, you know, to go forward and push for a win. But sometimes it's not happening. But, you know, we have very good opponents in this league, like Equatorial Guinea and, you know, Tunisia, and they are already, you know, high in a league compared to us. But however, we play our chances and we play our games. We still have, you know, lots of matches to play, and we hope, you know, to get as many points as possible. And if somehow we're going to get us on top, on second place, you know, so be it.
Why do our club's team and the national team still perform this manner? We need to investigate what different methodology is being employed by Equatorial Guinea, Cape Verde, Mauritania, or even neighboring Guinea. Finally, Chairman, Honorable Chairman, in the name of this, I would like to re-emphasize that there are key areas that will require immediate collaboration with you immediately after our confirmation. According to the Joint Presidential Transition Team report, the following must be immediately handled once confirmed to avoid serious embarrassment. That has been planned again and mandated the lights at the SKD Stadium be changed from analog lights to digital lights to avoid the time of the stadium. Current administration, the former administration, we are told started a process, we follow through to see where they went, and And if we need to come to you, there's also the at-risk graduation that is pending for this month. The minister has informed the presidential team, based on the report I read, that about 186
Global Farmer will be taking the first shot. And it is Abdullah Koulibaly himself, the goalkeeper, wearing jersey number 30. He stands right over the ball. He's again with counterpart, Teddy Curry. Should there be a moment for Global Farm or for Tanga? Koulibaly takes that back. He moves, he shoots. Abdullah Koulibaly. I see Teddy Curry angry with himself. Runs the ball and rolls slowly on his arm and stretch into the night. He picks the ball up and puts it at the penalty spot. Now for Chancellor Freeman. Abdullah Koulibaly has scored on the first goal for Global Farmer. Now faces Chancellor Freeman for the Tanga last shot. Chancellor Freeman, he moves, he shoots. Yes! He messes up! Oh! Chancellor Freeman messes up! Global Farmer! What a moment! Now is the moment! Richardson obviously a level of score for the Buja Island Base Club. He scored a brilliant free kick in which he shot at Jerry Richardson against Terry Curry. Can just be the moment for Global Farmer. Richardson, he scored! What a lasting out of the 2023 launch spot. Last season, defeat our finalists of them 2 times. Global Farmer into the final of the Africa Cup. Let us see the orange cup. Hello, this is Gifting Sports with me, Edwin Dolo. Today is Saturday, August 3, 2024, and coming up in a shocking move, Liberia champions Watanga confirms that their 2 legs of its CAF Champions League preliminaries will be played in the backyard of their opponents. What are their supporters saying? We hope to bring you details of that. Liberia failed to win a single match at the FIFA Zone 3 Afro Basket Under 18 Women's and Men's Championship taking place in Ivory Coast. The women teams were humiliated 90 to 9 points by Nigeria last evening. FC Fasel panic over transfer strategy following a 4-0 club-friendly defeat to Watanga. They are now focusing on signing more young players who also hoped to bring you full details of that. We will go to Paris, France to bring you some of the highlights from the 2024 Olympics plus Liberia team news with Liberia on. We focus on Liberia's funniest and Africa fastest man, Joseph Family. Keep tuned. We take a break and be right back with of these developments. Welcome back to Gifting Sports. My name is Edwin Dolo, presenting this afternoon edition of the sports program. My colleague Jeremiah Bena could not be here with me this afternoon. Probably next week he will join me on the sports program. But let's just bring you the latest from our sports desk that will say a lot of development for us to follow for you this afternoon. Liberia is currently participating in the Afro Zone 3 Basketball Championship in the Ivory Coast, as well as the national team of Liberia will also bring you details of that. The head coach, Mario Marilinka, yet to return to Liberia following last month, that is June match against Sao Tome. Almost 2 months since he should return to Liberia on 14 July. He did not come, and he's now demanding additional 2 months salary plus his 2 months that the government owing. So that is 4 months $15,000 each per month. Liberia government is to pay before Marilinka can return to the country to begin training. Liberia will be action on September, that is on the weekend of September as well in the Africa Cup of Nations qualifier. The president of the Football Association said we are already time behind in terms of preparation. Today is August 3, like you already know. The Diamond Girls are in Sierra Leone preparing for the CAF Women Champions League qualifiers. We also hope to bring you details of that from Sierra Leone. Watanga also traveled to Sierra Leone this morning for defending encounter against Bull Rangers and East End Lions. We also hope to contact officials from Watanga FC. But let's begin with that. We said Watanga FC. Watanga has confirmed that the two legs of its CAF Champions League preliminaries will be played in the backyard of their opponents. Watanga were due to face AMC Algiers of Algeria on the weekend of August 16 to 18 at the Samuel Kando Stadium in Pinzo. In a communication to CAF through the Liberia Football Association, Watanga said the decision was predicated by planned international friendlies in North Africa. It added that the decision will also reduce financial burden on the club on traveling twice to North Africa for international friendlies and a return leg of the CAF Champions League against MC Algiers. In a message to Punch Sports, Watanga president Jate Sion said the club will expose its players to scouts from North Africa and Europe who will attend all of their practice matches and the two qualifying matches against MC Algiers. News of Watanga playing both legs of the qualifiers away from home has since hit like wildfire, with supporters of the club threatening to boycott future international matches of Watanga FC. Meanwhile, the club has departed for Sierra Leone, where they will play two international friendlies against Bull Rangers and East End Lions of Sierra Leone. They play in the Sierra Leonean top league. The Diamond Girls will begin their CAF Champions League qualifiers today against Gambia's Red Scorpion. The qualifiers are taking place at the Softing Arena in Bo City, Sierra Leone. This edition of the qualifiers will mark the fourth appearance for the reigning Liberia's Upper Women's League champions. The Diamond Girls won the 2022 edition of the tournament and represented WAFU Zone A at the finals in Morocco, where they finished at the bottom of their group and also clinched 100,000 United States dollars as preparation fees. The team will be guided by youthful female coach Patience Goat with technical assistant from Liberia's Women League champions at the Liberia Women National Team head coach. 5 teams are competing in this year's CAF WAFU Zone A Women Championship. They're installing the teams include host Mobona Queens of Sierra Leone, Red Scorpions of the Gambia, Senegalese club Eagles of Medina, and the reigning WAFU Zone A champions AS Mendy of the Gambia. So that's a development right there for you. That Diamond Girls, we are making efforts as well to contact the president of Diamond Girls, Master Queen, who's there in Freetown with the team. We wish them very well. Like we said, Liberia's Olympic teams will be in action last evening. The women's 100-meter team, like just read what happened. Sprinter Thelma Davis and Destiny Smith Bernard made their Olympics debut, representing Liberia in round 1 of the women 100 meters at the Paris 2024 race on August 2. The runners did not advance to the next round due to injuries. Despite the unfortunate result, both ladies had a successful track seal with the personal best and their best win. Davis, who recently graduated from Louisiana State University in the United States, ran in heat 1, lane 2 against one-ranked sprinter, U.S. fan favorite and fellow LSU alumni Carrick Richardson. The Liberian runner finished 12.05 seconds after experiencing a tweak in her hamstring. The first started Bell greet Davis to go Team Liberia during a post-match interview, but when it was time to turn over, my hamstring started tweaking, and again, I was like not ready to compete. Last month, David pulled off her hamstring during women's 4x100-meter relay debut with Team Liberia at the African Championship in Douala, Cameroon. Despite the injury, to her team managed to win a bronze at the African Championship. Since the initial injury, Davis says she been working on her recovery and preparing for Paris 2024. The Liberian champion finished last in the Olympic heat after failing behind midway through the race. Regardless, Davis says she will focus on recovery, returning to the track as a healthier athlete. And on the other side, Smith bettered the women's 100-meter national record holder, competed in Heat 2, lane 7 of the Paris 2024 women's 100-meter race. Similar to her teammate, Smith Bender also suffered hamstring injury that prevented her from performing at the best. The national record holder shared that her injury was relatively new, but she felt in the best to push through in order to represent Liberia at the moment. Both ladies did not receive full technical and medical clearance to compete, but were given the option to perform regardless, according to Team Liberia staff member St. Lucia, New Zealand, and Italy all advanced in Heat 2. Smith Bender competed and finished 11.99 seconds on the at the finishing 8 in the overall heat. That is just it for Liberia. Bad start for the women's 100-meter race athlete Bennett, as well as Tema Davis, failing to make it in the last round. We hope to give you the full picture as well for the men's Olympic team. But all attention will be on the men's category of the championship, where Emmanuel and Joseph Famule and Emmanuel Matale, as well as John Sherman and the rest of the guys who represent Liberia in the men's 4x100 relay, as well as the men's 200-meter race and the 100-meter race. Joseph Famule, like you already know, won 2 gold medals at the Africa Championship recently in Douala, Cameroon for Liberia, with Evelyn Morrison also clinching another gold medal for Liberia in the hurdle race for Liberia. She will also be competing later on in the Paris Olympic. But it has been so far a very tricky start for Liberia. Not good, but again, our attention will be on the men's category when Fambude, Imatale, and the rest of the guys will be competing to see whether they can clinch Liberia's first Olympic gold medal this year at the Paris Olympic. But it has been exceptional, exciting events there in Paris. Found a lot of sports been taking place. The United States continuing their half-line start, as well as China and host France as well. We saw them in the football category. It's not too well for Africa in the basketball edition. They continue to struggle, but Morocco is shining. They are in the quarterfinals. They defeated Morocco, that is United States, by 4-0 to reach the semi-final of the Olympics, becoming one of the best African teams at the Olympics. Their men's senior team reached the World Cup semi-finals in 2022. Now we have their Olympics team also in the semi-final of the Olympics team. That we also hope to bring you details of that. The host France and Argentina will tell you more about their rivalry as it continuing. We will come back to the Olympic team to give you. But it has been good for Liberia. We still struggling. Our football team did not participate in the qualifiers, and as well as the basketball team also did not participate because we have had issue with our basketball. But we begin a discussion this morning with basketball. We hope to be joined by some folks in the basketball arena to tell you exactly how challenging it has been for Liberia at the Youth Championship, which is taking place in Africa. Bad result for Liberia, failing to compete in the Afro Zone 3 Championship taking place in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. Our team failing to present any form of successive action, losing all 3 matches so far for the men's category. I don't know why is the article. Our men's national basketball team lost to Nigeria. They lost to host Ivory Coast. They also lost to Ghana in all three matches, so they are automatically out. They'll be playing against Benin today. In the last match, they are out because the qualifiers is for South Africa 2025 Afro Basketball Championship. Our women's team, they lost against Africos. They were much more better against Africos. Maybe Africa doesn't have a very good basketball team like us, but the girls did extremely well, losing 50 to 52 points against Africos. A lot of people thought that was a brilliant performance from the U18 women's national basketball team, but when they faced Nigeria yesterday, it was indeed dismal, really, really dismal. 90 points to just 9 points. Can you imagine losing by 90 points to 9 points against Nigeria? But again, we can't talk more about Nigeria because we know that when it comes to sports, they are giants in Africa. Nigeria is a giant in Africa. So Liberia losing to them is no news to us. But what we should talk about is for us to find out, for us to discuss what led to our teams not performing well at this particular championship. So many of you already know for more than 10 years, our national teams, basketball national team, have not had opportunity to participate in international competition. We were banned for almost 4 years for international basketball due to inocracy, conflict among basketball stakeholders. As a result of that, Liberia was banned by FIBA Africa Zone 3 or FIBA Africa and FIBA International from participating in all international competition because of conflict. We have been at conflict at ourselves. Leadership crisis. Somebody wanting to prove supremacy. For 8 years, Mr. Rufus Anderson was president of the Basketball Association. His 8 years was marked by crisis. So it was difficult for us to have organized a basketball team. In 2019, they also went to election. Abraham Samuka was elected president of the Basketball Federation. His election also controversial, which led to FIBA being Liberia again after Mr. Anderson filed a complaint that the basketball leadership was that is the basketball leadership was not elected per the laws of the Basketball Association. That also led to the federation being suspended. Fast forward, you can now deduce apart from, I don't want to talk more about government funding, but this has been the real issue. Internal conflict, internal wrangling among basketball officials has been the real reason why our team has been down. The various national teams have been down and not competing in international competition. See the results. The girls went to Ivory Coast. They did not even train for the requisite time for this competition. And they went there. They lost all 2 games. The men also have played 3 games. They have also been defeated. Yes, in all 3 matches. So as it stands, the team will be returning to Liberia on Monday following these dismal performances from the women's national team on a U15 team and the U18 team and the men's U18 team as well. So that is Alice, sorry for to our social media followers. We've been having issue with our internet has been down, but thank God that we are back on the stage. You can now follow us on Punch TV live, and you will see what we are discussing as well. So Watanga FC has gotten that. I mean, say Facel now changing the transfer strategy. With Zach Winger feature in a match, he was a skipper and they were beating 4 goals to 0. Josiah C. Evie John, one of the best midfielders in the National League last season from Pinzo FC. We don't know how much, if that deal is secure as well, how much is due for it. It will be a good deal for FC Facel having Josiah C. or Young La, very clever, one of the best midfielder in the league. He got so much energy. He's very tactical. He knows how to move. He can score. He can provide assists as well. So when you get such a young players with coupled with Aku Morris in the team, we are also told they kept Musa Jabate in the squad as well. Mark Yala remain with the team, and so it will be very, very tactical for Watanga FC. We are also told they're supposed to be bringing some additional players before their trip to Egypt, where they will be playing against a couple of friendlies in Egypt. Watanga FC, FC Facel. So that is, I said, is it? So a lot of people have been saying that the OFOs cannot compete against the young players in the league. And the match against Watanga was a clear manifestation as to what many people been saying, that you cannot compete in this league. The league is not that before, to be frank. The league is now is better than before, much faster, even though it's not yet at that level that we expect it to be, but it's not that slow like before. We now see the teams are able to make 2-3 passes in your game before creating a goal as well. So we saw Watanga and Facel more or less struggling to compete against Watanga, a very young, energetic team playing with high pace. They could not just make it with Watanga FC pace in that match. So they lost 4 goals to 0. But the management team, but what we are gathering, have now redirected their transfer strategy to bring on more young players to mix them up with these OFOs they got. Zach Winger, Solomon Gaines, Dauda Bodu. Zach Winger, for example, been in active for almost 2 years. He has not been playing football. Solomon Gaines, 7 years being out of active football. At least when these lads are competing small, they can bring Letonian Tesdale have been a little bit active because Tesdale has joined as well. Tesdale have been a little bit active, so having him will not be bad, but he will take time to catch up. So if Watanga continue with that team, the God that we saw, even though the team is a new coach, a white coach just took over the team, a whole set of new team, we don't expect them to settle down quickly. And you can't go into the league and saying that you want to win the league and take you time to settle. You need to get into the league straight away and start winning. That's the only way you can become champions. But if you go to the league after 5 games, you are struggling, it becomes difficult to become tactical competitor. In this league that got Liska FC, the league that got B Mountain, the league that got defending champions Watanga, that got LPRC and Freeport and the rest of the team. Mate Barrow now fighting to come back, it will be difficult. So Watanga will be Facel have to be very, very fast with their transfer strategy. If they want to compete, they have to be very fast. We are also told they should be dropping some of the players they got that were transfer that were on the team from FC Calon Liberia before the team name. It has not officially been changed to Facel FC because we are not seeing the fixture been released yet by the Football Association. When that is released and we see it, then a lot of them will know. But the clubs have said they have done that already. So it's no crown to call them FC Facel. So they have to be very much clinical with that transfer strategy. Josepho Mantor will be a good signing for them. It's a good signing for them. Josiah C as well will be a good signing for them. Tony Antezia not too bad, but I'm very confident that Zach Winger, Solomon Gaines, Dauda Bodu, the guys will struggle to settle. We also told and Francis Fakido should be joining them as well. If these guys come, from the marketing standpoint, is good for FC Facel. But on the competition angle, they will struggle to compete against the teams in the league with a lot of young players, especially Watanga FC, who are defending champions. They have tasted the trophy. They want to keep winning. Leska FC as well, having lost the title last season, want to come back strong as well. B Mountain been doing a lot of investment in the league. They are still thirsty for the title. They also want to come back as well. We just hope that those things can be good for but is text for FC Facel. Before that trip to Egypt, you need to settle down on your squad, trim your squad, get the full squad, and travel to Egypt for the international club friendlies as well as the preseason. By the time you go to Egypt, you spend 2-3 weeks of training at well-equipped facility. When you come back to the league, it will be very better or very good for you to compete against this team. But until that is done, it will be really, very, very difficult for any team of that caliber to compete against Watanga FC, Leska FC, and B Mountain, and the rest of the team. We move quickly to determined girls. Like we said, determined girls are in Sierra Leone. Today, they will be in action opening their CAF Champions League qualifiers against Red Scorpions of Gambia. Red Scorpions are making their debut appearance in the CAF Women Champions League, and they are making that debut appearance against 2022 champions of the Waffle Zone F CAF Women Champions League. Determined girls at 3 Sierra Leone, 3 p.m. I think that is similar to Liberia time at 3 p.m. this afternoon at the Softing Arena there in Bo City, Sierra Leone. But the determined girls, they got a very let me see the squad that they took to Sierra Leone is a squad made of a couple of experienced players. Yes. And number one among them was the return of Bintu Sila, the Guinean international, who just returned from Israel following months of injury with determined girls. She was in Israel on loan and has returned to the club, and they will be in action. We also got a return to the team of former Liberia international Margaret Stewart. Margaret Stewart, when the team participated in the CAF Women Champions League final in Egypt, Margaret Stewart was found guilty for anti-doping. She was found guilty of overplus use of drugs. She was suspended from active football for 1 year by CAF. That 2 years, that is for 2 years, that 2 years has expired. So last season she competed with, she joined the team in the championship, and she's back into the team, which is also a good news for determined girls as well against Margaret Stewart back into the team. She will be in the defensive line. We also saw on the lineup the return to the team Marie Flomo, we are told also been on maternity leave. She has been on maternity leave last season or season before last, but last season she came back at the end of last season, but she's now active. Liberia international right back Marie Flomo is also back with determined girls. That is good for them defensively. So you got Marie Flomo who plays right back for Liberia international, for the Liberia national women's team. She has been away from active football. She's back to the team. They also signed Lucy Masakwe, Liberia international left back, also into the team. So you got Margaret Stewart partnering with Rugged Joff, the Gambian international center back. You got Margaret Stewart, Jenny Tisdale, Rugged Joff for determined girls. 3 unique center backs for determined girls. You can start any of them. The last competition we saw Rugged Joff and Denny Tisdale. Denny is not physical, she's not fast, but she got a brain, she got a skill, she's good at controlling the ball, she's good at reading the game, she's not that fast, she doesn't have that kind of energy, but she knows how to control the ball. She knows. But I will see that Margaret Stewart and Rugged Joff will be the center backs for determined girls in this competition, and Lucy Masakwe as well, who can also play as a center back and also play as a left back. But I know with Margaret back and will get job there. She will more or less play as a left back for determined in this game. They also got Damon Dan at the left back. Very good, very experienced young lass. Good. She got the energy. She's too strong. Damon Dan in terms of defensive composition, she's good for them. She's also good. And Madeline has also been, well, her full name is has also been one of their best performers in international matches. That is Madeline Moore. Madeline Moore has also been good for them. Defensively, she's a winger, but the last competition we saw her playing as right back for determined girls. And my favorite player that I saw of late in the Liberia women's under 20 team, and I'm sure she'll also be of an asset to determine girl in this team, is Diata Lagama. Diata Lagama, the lad you saw playing left back for Liberia in the Waffle Championship under 24. Good, really, really good. She got a skill. She's not afraid. She's she's too brave and very, very talented. So determined girl have got a squad that you can look up to compete and bring home the championship this season. Although they are up against the likes of AS Mendy, we saw Maboma Queens also improving her squad, bringing on new players. And the Senegalese team, the Eagles of Medina, their first appearance in the championship as well. But again, determined girls are the AS Mendy are the two experienced team. Since the launch of the competition, when the first edition took place in Cape Verde, determined girls and AS Mendy were there, so they can go all out and move for them. But again, with this coach, Patient Goa, she has been with the team. This will be her first international fixture for her, first international competition for her as head coach of this big team. Yes, big team, like determined girls. So, but again, we are told that she has hired that the Liberia women's national team head coach will be her technical asset, that is, will be providing technical support. She traveled with the team and she'll be providing technical support to Madam Patience Goa, who has joined as head coach of the Determined Girl. The last edition of the 1 year, and Robertson Wonder, who is the founder of the team and the coach then, was assisted by Robert Latte. That's how we saw then finishing as the winner for the championship in 2022. In 2023, Tafa Mane was was online for them. Mane also did well for them. They did not win the championship. They finished third in the competition. So that is it for determined girls. But again, with this team that we just talked about, with the national, with the squad that we saw, it will be a really, really good team. They can go all out and win the championship and bring the championship back, and also being, because when you win the championship, what is at stake is 100,000 United States dollars. Waffle Zone A will not give you that money. It is CAF that will give you that money, because that is automatic. Before you can go for the champions, the finals, that will be the amount that you will get as winners of the CAF Championship, Women's CAF Championship. So that match is coming on today at 3 p.m. in Bo City, Sierra Leone, and we don't know whether it will be live on the screen, but that is exactly why it is. So Determined Girl got a very good team. Last season it was marked by injury, but they got a full squad that can go out and compete. Just the only disadvantage, in my opinion, is the experience of the coach. Yes, she's not too experienced for international matches, even though she's been with other teams. But being head coach at this big competition is a huge task for us, for her. But again, it's nothing is impossible. She can go all out and make history for determined girls at the international stage. So like we said, we try to get in contact with the president of the team, Margaret Stewart, who's known as Master Queen on the local scene. We are now getting her now. But again, by the time we get her through, we'll pour along to tell us how preparation is like for determined girls in the international championship that is taking place in Sierra Leone. So 5 teams are competing, and to win the championship will be tough. The first match determined girl, the host Maboma Queen and AS Mendy played to a 0-0 draw in the opening match on that was on Thursday on August 1 when the championship officially kick off. So having discussed some international, let's go quickly to our Liberian players playing abroad, and thanks to Liberian players update that normally bring out all of the details about Liberian players playing abroad. Mohamed Kamara, like we said, continuing to struggle at his new cruise in the Kosovo Championship. They are in the Europa Conference League qualifiers as well. After a dominant 5-0 victory, they also won, like we said, they defeated Neman Grono 5-0. Congratulations to Mohamed Kamara. 18-year-old Liberian descent player Musa Toure came off the bench and scored a late consolation goal, marking his first for Clermont F in a 3-1 defeat against Paris FC. That is in the French league as well. Like we said, David Toure is now with a new team. Mohamed Kamara continues struggling quickly on the international stage, transfer market, Premier League, as well as the Olympics. That go for you quickly before we can go to the line to take your course this morning on the Punch. Give me sports. With me, Edwin Dolo, this afternoon on your own program. We'll be taking a call on 0880 644 0880 644 0778 6656 Nana 0778 665 699 0778 665 699, and you'll be live on the sports program this morning. We are discussing Liberia national team head coach is yet to return to Liberia. He's demanding additional 2 months to be added to the debt that Liberia already owe him. Liberia owe him 2 months salary yet to be paid. But Marilinka is saying until he can return to Liberia, his 2 months salary should be paid in full, and the government should give him additional 2 months salary in advance before he can return to Liberia to coach a national team. And we are in action in September. What does that mean for Liberia in the CAF 2025 Nation Cup qualifiers beginning September? First match away to Togo in September as well. That is just it. But Marilinka is yet to return to Liberia. And Watanga FC decision to play their 2 legs of the CAF Champions League qualifiers away in the backyard of the opponent. What does it mean? Is it a good decision? But the reason they gave, they said, according to them, it will reduce financial burden on them. They got international friendlies settled in Tunisia and Algeria. They want to use the opportunity to play all of the matches there as well. What does it mean? Liberia basketball national under 18 and under 18 men and women teams suffering defeat in the women's, that is the WAFU championship, that is the Afro basketball championship in Ivory Coast. What does that mean for Liberia as well? It's bad for us. Let's get our first call this afternoon on the sports program. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, this is Give Me Sports on Punch FM. Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Abraham Kaya, calling 177.
Yes, AB, lot of development we are discussing. Which one are you up for? Watanga, the national team, FC Fasel?
Watanga.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you say about Watanga?
Yes, you told it right thing.
What is the right thing? He's Watanga FC taking their club, their team game to going all the way to North Africa to play their 2 games away from home. What does that mean for Liberian football? He said that's the right thing for Watanga. That is good. That is what Watanga decided to do, to play the 2 games away from home. So there will be Unepinzio in action here as well. In our basketball, under 18 and under 19, under 18 men and women team failing to win a single game at the Afro Basketball Championship in Africa Coast. That was this month performance for our basketball national team. Hello.
Yeah, I did think.
Wow. So call us on 0880-561-644, 0880-561-644, or 0778-665-699, and you'll be live. Let me take this call once more.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Ellen.
Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Carlos Freeman. I do join you from Duboro.
Yes, Carlos, go ahead.
Yeah, one thing I want to say about what I think they have to play that home game to give them the momentum that they can go out there and do something better. But all your home matches, you not play out, and how the fan will know that you're doing something well in the tournament, or you will do something well in the tournament.
Yes.
And the second thing, I want to know much about my club Barcelona.
Yes, we'll come to that. Barcelona, they still struggling. You're still running behind Nicholas Williams. It's still tough. Yes, but I'm sure Barcelona will get it. Will get that deal done quickly before the season starts.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So call us on 0880-561-644, 0778-665-699, 665-699. Let's take this caller. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What's your name?
My name is James Benzel, calling from Tingo Village.
Yeah, James, go ahead. We are discussing the national team, Watanga, as well as FC Facel, plus the national under 18 and 19 women basketball and men's basketball team.
Yeah, I get two major talking points.
Yeah, be fast. What are they?
Yeah, my team FC Facel because I just seen for the team.
Okay.
Yeah. And I want to tell our comment to start bringing too much Oka in the team.
What do you call Oka? Zach Kringa, Solomon Green, these are players that play for the national team.
That man I've read for so many years, man. So as you bring somebody that read for 10 years, you can't bring in the league, you can play 20 days then, like, now you try and I call it the contract, you bring in the league. That man, you're player in the case of 19, 20, 21, bring it on board.
Okay.
That was 20 for the team.
Okay, thank you. Let's take another caller. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Wow. Please change your location.
Hello.
This is terrible. Yes. Good afternoon. Please change your location, Becky. We are experiencing terrible feedbacks. Yes. Go ahead.
My name is Edwin Chimia. I call from 7-2nd.
Yes, Edwin. Go ahead.
Yeah, my problem is afternoon got to do FC Facel.
Mm-hmm.
Facel, we agree he's bringing some promotion to the club, but it's all okay. Some of our players train. He some few players from around LA. They made a team. They went through the qualification process. They made a team. He signed a contract. All of a sudden, yesterday, he just dropped. Why?
What did they say to you? Were they pay off?
No, they were not pay off. They just dropped in and gave them their real passport.
Okay, that is not bad for them as well. But they can find a new club.
Yeah, okay. Then another issue is the national team.
Yes.
We can't keep holding people in Labrador. That's an old-fashioned thing. We gotta leave it. You not keep the coach waiting for his salary for 2 months without pay. And you want him to come back and start work. Like what the man is demanding is 2 months salary plus at least because you feel that the other one may not come on time again. So let me try to work it out.
Okay, thank you so much for picking our call. I mean, for calling out this morning on the show. So, like we said, we are still in call. Let me take this one. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's your name?
This is Fabian Dove from FE Single.
Yeah, go ahead, Fabian.
My issue has to do with the coach. And people are billionaires. So you take 15,000 and give a foreign co-worker, even bring different to our club and to our production. Then you have Labrador coaches here. Could you not give that money or even manage of that money to them to coach the national team, taking 50.
My man, the man is a foreign coach. He's an expert. So you can bring foreign coach and pay them small money. That's a negotiation, 15,000. And that 15,000 is not only for the coach, he brought his backroom staff. This is something that many coaches have not done over the time. That man brought video analysts, he brought a physiotherapist, he brought 4 additional people with him. And all of them have been paid for that 15,000. So to win, that's how it works across the world.
Yeah, but I think everything look at that because they just went into that deal and now you owe the person too much. So it tells you that you're not ready for it, but you just went to it because other folks are coming for the national team. I think they need to look at the national team, the local coaches, and try to build the national team with the local coaches.
Okay, thank you. That is a good suggestion as well. We hope they can do that as well. So 077-866-5699 or 0880-561-644, and you'll be live on Punch Give Me Sports. Like we said, we are discussing a lot of development this afternoon for you on Give Me Sports, our national preparation for the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers 2025 Africa Cup of Nations followers. And good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
What's your name? Where do you come from?
Yeah, my name is Lawrence Kawan, and I call from around the people. Yeah, I follow your conversation. I mean, thank you for the topic. Well, first, I would like to begin with the issue of our national team, especially the senior male national. You see, I think it's sad that we're still having the issue of salary struggle at this point, where the results of our senior national team is not even coming. So we are struggling with salary. We are not even motivating those who are in charge of the technical aspect of the team. What more were the playing body? My brother, I think Liberia has to do far better than what we are doing in terms of our senior national team. If the team is not prepared or if there's no monetary support, I think the colleague will draft all international competitions and prepare. Trust me, 50,000, if you're checking the South Region, Liberia is one of the countries that is paying the least salary when it comes to national team head coaches. Check. So if they pay 50,000 to a whole staff, a coach, and other staff, he came over, we can't pay 15,000 dollars. Trust me. We do get we do get to hire some of the big coaches around the continent. No, we cannot.
It will be very difficult.
That's wrong. Number two, the decision made by the Watanga Football Club, I think it's sad. From the National League perspective, the motivation is kind of building up. People trying to go to the league to watch games. People being moved by the game, and play in the league. Then, as a champion team, to go to another country that you're playing as an opponent to play at both games, trust me, I think it's a sad decision. And trust me, I'm not assuming that Watanga is not going to qualify international for a job. But the first thing, where is the home motivation space? Where is it? Play home, so it has all of the motivations. You play away from home, my brother, it will seem as though you're already disadvantaged in 2 legs.
Okay.
And if you compare the numerical strength with teams from Algeria and other teams like that, the leagues are now doing a little more better league than us.
Okay.
So playing here could muster up your core to have a better result compared to you playing 2 games there.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. So we can just take 1 or 2 more calls. 077-866-5699, 077-866-5699, or 088056644, and you'll be live discuss. I think a lot of people, the fans, are not still happy. So look, we're just talking about last evening. We saw a very, very ugly scene from France and Argentina. The rivalry after that World Cup finals continued. You know, when France won that, Argentina clinched the championship recently, the Copa America championship recently. They had a celebration where they were accusing Mbappe. Good afternoon.
Hey, how are you, bro? This is Estoma and Nizo.
Yeah.
Hey,
go ahead.
To bring foreign coaches. When you look at backward, most of our players been doing well on local coaches.
Okay.
You bring the foreign coaches, it's just a bluff. You just
Yes.
say one coach for here. You will understand their players, you know how to pair them.
No, our local coaches, even when old, they will accept until the foreign coach, especially this coach Mario Marilinka, he's giving tough time to the government and the football association. He sued the many.
Yeah, you can select where did the many 15,000 US. And not joke. Get local coach now 3,000 the whole day. You get everybody to perform better.
Yeah.
The man is demanding because you take a local coach, you give them 100,000 US or 300 US. Grab the man, give him affordable something that you maintain from there. You see how you perform. 15,000 US is not a joke. That's not profit money. Not corporation money there.
Okay.
But how? May God bless the right people. And don't look at it very perfect. 15,000 US is not a joke. Then you go say,
my man, that's small money. That is small money from football countries. It's just that we don't have money here, but small money.
Yeah, we don't have money.
Yes.
And one called the measurement.
Yeah.
I quote a man 2,000 US. They see around is how you perform.
Okay.
So 15,000 is not a block money. God bless you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much. Say 15,000 are plenty of money. Countries are paying 200,000, 100,000, 70,000. Let's take. I think this should be the last call. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, brother.
Yeah. What's your name?
My name is Dave. I've got on the radio bell.
Yes, Dave, go ahead. A national team yet to begin preparation.
Yeah, my issue. I have an issue with the national team. I listened to the program and people are saying 15,000 that the coach should be for is too much.
I'm gonna say your own.
You know. It's just like the coach is not yet ready for anything. The coach has demanded for 15,000. For me, the 15,000 is small because can you imagine already selected right for the 5,000 car?
Yes, especially where the man brought 4 additional coaches all being paid in that money.
I tell you, see when it comes to the sporting department, when Nigeria play, we take our share to go watch Nigeria game. But we spend the money on our own country to put on evil.
Yeah, it's bad.
So, I mean, the government has to do something. To pass a good budget, ensure the guys there, ensure them a pass a good budget for the sporting department.
Yes, we just hope that can happen, my brother. We hope that they can invest into it because many times government say sports is not a priority. Many times say sports is not a priority. We have been making several sectors priority, yet we cannot improve in them. Let's try sports as well and see whether we can provide more job for our young people. So that is it. Like we said last evening, France defeated Argentina by 1-0 to set up a semi-final in the Olympics with Egypt. They will be playing Egypt in the semi-final, but after that match, there were fights there were clashes among the French team and the Argentine national Olympic team as well. So it was very, very tough. A bad scene last evening. That rivalry from the World Cup continuing to the Olympics, especially the recent action against Mbappe, where they were calling Mbappe Cameroonian, being who have changed his nationality and playing for France and all of that. That anger seemed to be among the fans as well as the French national team. So right after the final whistle, when there were clashes among the Argentine and the French team last evening. So they will be playing Egypt in the semi-final of the Olympic football category. Let's squeeze in this call finally. Good afternoon.
Brother, all right. Let me, that all strictly local coach. 2,000, 1,000 US better for the.
What's your name? Hello? What's your name?
This opinion I have too much for Nizo.
Okay. We don't have time. Thank you so much. Talk about different person. Yeah, they got to pay the coaches. We'll have more of that discussion next week on the national on this forum. We want to see what does it mean. What does that mean for our chances? Because the Football Association has set 2025 as a priority for us to go to 2025 Africa Cup of Nations finals, and you cannot go there with what is happening. You cannot pay your coaches and all of those things is bad for us. So like we said, that is it for this edition of Punch Gaping Sports. We will be back next Saturday with fascinating edition of the sport program. But like we said, it's still tough in the transfer window. Manchester United continuing their chase for Matthew Delight from Bayern Munich. It's still tough as well. Anthony Gordon, Liverpool still continuing the chase from Newcastle United forward, but it's still tough as well. Barcelona continuing the hunt for Nicholas Williams from Atletico Bilbao. Let's see whether that also work out. But the Premier League is just weeks weeks away, few weeks away when action will be returning to your screen as well as La Liga, Bundesliga, and the French, they won the Portuguese Super Premier as well. All will be back just fun August. Next week, we hope to see more action, but that is it. I have been your presenter on the sports program this afternoon. Give me sports. My name is Edwin Dolo. Join us next Saturday. Like I said, Jeremiah Binda will join me next week for the sports program. Thanks so much for joining us. It's still tough.
You can't beat it, not even in a marathon. Here comes the punch that makes a difference. Punch FM, the newest sensation. You can't beat it, not even in a marathon. Here comes the punch that makes a difference. Punch FM.